So me and Fish have been busy these past almost 2 months now, and Fish still is a bit busy until a bit more. So I will be doing a solo review of Fantastic Four. The original 2005 Fantastic Four movies were some of the first. They were some of the first superhero movies that I have ever seen. But as I grew up, seeing more Marvel movies and more other superhero movies and shows, my fondness of Fantastic Four were diminished. So I went into this movie with no real expectations, except for maybe one except expectation that maybe this movie can revive the MCU. And I have some mixed thoughts. This was not a bad movie. It was a good movie, I would say. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was very fun. I would watch it again, definitely. The characters were really good. The plot was okay, especially compared to other Marvel movies. It was above average, definitely. Before I get into the negatives, I do want to talk about some stuff that I liked. Johnny Storm was definitely one of the best parts of this movie. I especially liked how he was trying to help in his own way, trying to translate the alien language and stuff. I feel like in other movies, we could have, we would have seen a character doesn't feel like he can help, so he tries to do that, and then at the end, um, he fails and he does something good, and then it's just some convoluted plot. Or this time, Johnny feels like he wants to help, so he goes and does his own thing and helps in his own way. I really like that. There was nothing complicated about that. It was perfect. This movie, it was not breaking grounds. I think it would be right to say this was a return to form for Marvel. I'm gonna get more into that later, but let's continue. Reed Richards was great. The Thing was awesome. Sue Storm was awesome. Galactus was, it's hard to mess up Galactus. It was pretty good. I wish I could have seen Reed Richards use his powers more. Yeah, I've always wanted to see him elongated constantly. Like he's doing multiple things with elongated arms at the same time. I feel like they could do that and it would be pretty cool to see. But we don't get that, unfortunately. So some of the things that I didn't really like, the Silver Surfer was mid, I think. It felt too rushed. Character arc and the storyline themselves. The Johnny Storm connection was nice and how it nicely kind of wrapped up Johnny's story. But looking at it from Silver Surfer's perspective, like the story, I don't think it was that good from her perspective. So I was kind of dissatisfied with the Silver Surfer. That was like something that I mildly disliked. So we're getting to the part I disliked, quote unquote. So I said before that this was a return to form for Marvel. Marvel's definition of a return to norm means it's a return to amusement park movies. Yes, it's not as, like I said before, it's an above average Marvel movie. But that is not necessarily a good thing. They are not innovating in any way. I would say they are stagnating in a way that they were successful before. They tried some stuff post Endgame. None of it worked. So they're saying, let's go back to before Infinity War, whatever. And who am I to say it's not going to work? Maybe they're going to continue making money. They're going to continue making good Marvel movies. But maybe back in the day, Marvel movies would inspire me or make me feel something. But nowadays, I just can't really feel that much for these Marvel movies because it just feels like the same Marvel slop after the same Marvel slop. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Some people prefer it, some people like it. I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just saying I think I am growing I'm growing away from Marvel. I'm growing older and I'm moving past Marvel. I remember leaving the Endgame. I remember leaving the theater after Endgame, and on the car ride back home with my friends, I thought to myself, I think I'm done with Marvel. And I kind of am. I haven't watched as many of their movies past Endgame. This is one of the rare ones that I did watch. I was satisfied, but it's not a movie that I would say to my friends, like to the ones who haven't seen, oh, I watched it. I would love to watch it again with you in theaters. I wouldn't say that. Yeah, sure. If someone invites me, I would go, but I wouldn't try to convince other people to go see it. It's a fun movie, but I would say it's a top 10 Marvel movie. It's an above average Marvel movie. Maybe a bit more above. Maybe you can say good. I still don't think it was a bad movie. I'm just trying to convey that Marvel is stuck in its ways, and I don't think they are willing to push past it. Like, this movie didn't feel innovative. It felt like normal Marvel origin story. I think that most art should have something meaningful to say. Sure, like you can have art or entertainment that's just fun, but at that point, it's just surface level stuff. You can, it's fun entertainment that you can turn off your brain and watch. I'm not saying Fantastic Four was like that. I'm just saying it didn't have a very meaningful message. I mean, I'm thinking maybe the message was don't sacrifice your family to save the world. Family is the most important thing. Something along those lines. And I feel like Marvel has done those messages before. Infinity War, Cap says, we don't sacrifice lives to for the greater good. With Vision and the Mind Stone. Age of Ultron, when it is basically about the family of the Avengers sticking together and going through hardships together. And then we see how in Civil War, how a family that's divided won't do as well as a family that's united. So I feel like I cannot think of something new. I was talking to a friend recently, and not that he convinced me, but I really liked his point of view. He told me that when you're rating a piece of media, you can try to rate it objectively, but that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. What matters is how a movie makes you feel. And I've decided that that's how I'm going to rate things from now on. And when I ask myself what I felt by watching this movie, I felt fun. I felt fine. I didn't feel inspired. I didn't feel sad. I didn't even feel excited for the next Avengers movie, which they were teasing at the end. I just felt fun and fine mostly. So because of that, I didn't feel neutral. So I'm not going to give it a 5. I'm not going to give it a 6 either. I feel like it deserves more. I'm going to give this movie a 7 out of 10. I think if you're a Marvel MCU fan, you will be happy about this movie because for you, it's going to be a good movie. But for others, I would say if you have free time, you can go watch Fantastic Four. All right. Thank you everybody for listening. If you liked, don't forget to like. You can comment if you agree or disagree. We like to read all your comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked our content. We are going to try to make more. And don't forget to ring the bell. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
If you skip this lucky octopus, your good luck will skip you for 88 days. However, if you share this, your next 4 months from July to October will be full of blessings, positivity, and good news. Type yes and tap the follow button to affirm.